started in the business at 9 years old. I was an actress. I put on my own play in the community center, and there was actually a man there that ran one of the most prestigious acting schools in Manhattan. It was called Theatrical Arts. So he saw me in the play, and he gave me a scholarship to the school. And I was 9 years old. I went there for a year. At the end of the year, they were putting on an off-Broadway play, and I had the lead. And I was so incredibly happy and thrilled, and I mean, I felt blessed. But the teacher didn't know that I was Spanish. She didn't know I was Puerto Rican. So when she found out, I lost the lead. It was the first time I ever dealt with prejudice in my life. And it was crazy because this is New York, you've never, but I'm 52 years old, so what was that? Yeah, I'm 52. So, back then, there was still a lot of prejudice, in the industry. But, she gave me a smaller part, but, doesn't matter. I'm going to be that bitch. I'm going to be fierce. And I worked that little part, and right from there, I started doing off-Broadway. But then I discovered boys at 13. Right? And I was like, I kind of don't feel like doing this anymore. I kind of want to hang out with my friends, get a job. I started working. They had like little flea markets, and I started working as a makeup artist at 13. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just one of those fun girls, and they knew I could sell the makeup. So, they gave me a job. So I started working, but it just wasn't enough money for me. So this is how the whole singing thing comes in, okay? They were having talent shows, and you used to win $50 in a clock radio. Remember the clock radios? Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, hell yeah, $50. $50 was a lot of money back then, So I went, and I kept knocking it out, winning them. $50. I get my father the clock radio, my parents, $50. They had like a closet full of clock radios,
Oh, wow.
And I just kept winning my $50, and it was so funny, the last one I did, I came in second. Niobe came in first. It was sponsored by Fever Records, and she was already on Fever Records. She was already getting ready to start. So she won, and I came in second. But it was so funny because I ended up on that label. They saw me singing there, and they were putting together a 3-girl group. So they had the 2 other girls, and they were like, oh, we're auditioning for a lead singer. And I'm like, with my head shaved on one side, my hair all crazy. Like, I was not a cover girl, let's put it that way. So I said, okay, I'll go after work, and I'll audition, right? So I get there, and all of these beautiful girls, you don't understand. Nobody was under 5'7". Beautiful, gorgeous makeup, little dance skins on, high heels. They were ready, you don't understand. They were like music, they were like with their little tape and their whole dance routine, and I'm like, but when I got it, I said music, I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to bring music. I used to work in a mental hospital, so I had on jeans, red Reeboks, a red cut-off, what do you call thermal shirts? The thermal shirts?
Yeah.
Cut off. Head shaved on one side, all crazy, no makeup on, right? So I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to rock this, right? So I sang some Whitney Houston, and they were like, yes, girl. I sang some Whitney Houston. They were like, that was good, but that's not what we're looking for. So I was like, okay. I said, so what are you looking for? And they said, well, we want like a nice, cute sound. I'm like, okay. But thank you. I was like, okay. Sweetheart, and we could share a storybook romance. That's what we're looking for. Thank you. So all the girls are really nice, and they were auditioning, and they're real cute with them, and sitting there like, they were asking, do you want a drink? They're like, no, thank you. I was like, hell yeah, let's do some shots, y'all. So I did some shots with them, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna let everybody know, whoever got in, whatever, So I'm like, oh, okay. So I went home, didn't think anything of it. 2 weeks later, I got a call. They were like, you got it. You're the lead singer of the Cover Girls. I was like, what? What? Yeah. They're like, but now the work starts. Because now we're gonna need you to learn choreography. We're gonna need you to learn how to put on makeup. We're gonna need you to, and they look. These are my flats. These are my flats. Okay, you don't understand.
Wait, those are considered flats?
These are my flats usually. I'm wearing my flats tonight. Okay. So yeah, I did my thing. I came out. Did the whole cover girl thing. After that, I was actually pushed out of the group. You know. I was pushed out of the group, but that's okay. You know, I had other things that I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to sing in my native tongue. I wanted to sing in Spanish. So I wanted to do a remake of Celia Cruz, Toro Mata. So I did it, and it went to #1.
Congratulations.
On the charts, yeah.
Can you give us a little snippet?
Yes, yes. A por lo mejor te permite hacer el quitar pichinche y toro mata y toro torito. Toro mata y toro mata. Toro mata y rumbambero y toro mata y toro torito. ¿Quién trajo este negro aquí? Se fugó al manatí. A la bomba, bomba, bomba.
You just tore it up and you haven't gone on stage at Faultline yet.
So then I did that, right? I did that and I started performing again, and I was doing did an Angel album with Jelly Bean, which is in English and Spanish. So I remade Show Me, which had went to #1 15 years before that, and I redid it and I went to #1 again on the Billboard Dance Charts. Yes, I did. So I went to #1 again on that, and I got with my husband. And I became an instant mommy because I raised his 2 children.
Oh, nice.
So now I'm a grandmother.
Congratulations.
I was like, see, I went through all that with them little brats, and now I got me 3 grandbabies out of it. So then I wanted to reunite the girls.
And how did that happen? How did it go?
Great, we're back together. We're performing May 5th at the Queen Mary. So, the absolute originals. So we're having a great time. We've been on tour now for a couple of years. So I still want to do my little angel thing on the side because I have fun. You know, this is my life.
Right.
So.
Do you feel like when you left the group, everybody thought you were the voice? You were really the voice of the group. Did you feel like it changed the whole dynamics of what the cover girl was once you were out of the group?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely changed the dynamics because Michelle has more of an R&B voice. The girl who did Wishing on a Star. I love Michelle. That's my girl. That's my girl. So I've even brought her on stage to sing Wishing on a Star. It did change the dynamic, but, you got to understand, we did a lot of hard work for that group. So we did all the blood, sweat, and tears for it. And, it was cute what they did, but they were never going to go through what we went through. So it was never going to be as important to them as it is to us. You understand? It's more important to us. And that's why we're back out here.
And then for you, do you see yourself and the other girls deciding to do an actual album or whatnot, or kind of like Latin freestyle infusion, or maybe pop R&B, or where do you see it coming from?
I think we've grown up at this point. So I would like to do an album that people our age would enjoy at this point, I want to grow with my fans.
What do you consider is Latin freestyle that helped solidify that genre?
Well, you know what it is? We were just a bunch of kids. We were a bunch of kids, South Bronx, doing our little thing. We were hearing this hip-hop music that we loved. We were hearing in my household, my parents listened to the oldies. They listened to salsa. They listened to jazz. My dad was a big jazz buff. So I had all those different influences in me, which a lot of my friends had as well. We would listen to the salsa, but we would listen to Michael Jackson and everything. And, we loved the R&B. We loved the hip-hop. I rapped.
Really?
Yeah, I had rapped. I forgot that part.
You can even sing it.
Yes. What? The S-M-I, the L-E-Y, the girl that could never be denied. Go on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break it's on.
And nobody knew that.
Well, I used to do a lot of the jams out in the street. And I ended up winning a contest with the radio station in New York. So everybody thought I was going to be a rapper, and I ended up being a singer. So.
Do you still keep in contact with? Were you friends with a lot of the Latin freestyle singers like Noel, George Lamond?
I keep in touch with Sapphire. I'm very close with Sapphire. That's my girl. So I keep in touch with her. Little Susie's my best friend. So Latif manages Little Susie. Yes, that's my bestie, girl. That's my bestie. She knows all my deep dark secrets. So
We're here at Faultline tonight. How did you get connected with Faultline, and what's so special about performing here tonight?
First of all, my gay fans are my best fans. They have stood by me through the test of time. When I got pushed out of the group, every gay club still booked me. The manager that we had back then, he has 3 fake girls out there right now. I don't know if you know that, performing. He has 3 fake girls. And to this day, he still sends out letters saying he owns the name. And I can't perform the songs. This is what he says. The only people that would book me at one point was only gay clubs. So I did all the gay clubs. I did all the pride. Listen, my first best friend when I was 10 years old was a drag queen. Let's put it that way. Okay? Ooh, you're going to be fierce when you get older. I'm like, yes. I want to be. It was like almost like a fairy godmother telling you you're going to be fierce, you know? And her name was Dulce. And rest in peace, Dulce.
So are you excited right now to get on stage and just show all your gay fans out there? And there's a lot of straight girls there too. Love freestyle.
The girls. The boys. But yeah. Listen, I love all my fans. Like I said, I love to perform to this day. I think they're gonna take me off the stage into my casket. Let's put it that way. I'm never gonna stop. I'm always gonna perform. This is my life. This is what I love to do.
And then lastly, what do you want to say to all your fans out there that has supported you, and possibly new fans, younger kids that have discovered Latin freestyle or whatnot?
I would love to see some new freestyle songs. I would love to see the children get together and do some new songs. That's something I'm actually reaching out to a few people I know with very talented children and grandchildren. You know, this music is never going to stand the test of time unless we let the children come in. What's happening is you have a lot of the artists my age, and they're very territorial. And they're like, oh, no, what if they start getting all the shows and we don't get the shows? Well, if you're not getting the shows, that means you're not fierce. So stay your ass home. You know, that's what I have to say.
You know, there's also the Bay Area, San Francisco freestyle with a lot of Latin influence, but a lot of them are Filipinas. Would you ever?
Thought I was Filipino.
Really?
Right? Oh my God! When I first started doing out here on the West Coast, that was the big thing. Is she Mexican or is she Filipino? Is she Mexican or is she Filipino? I was like, no, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. But my dad, may he rest in peace, he looked just like Mr. Miyagi.
And there you go. And the Philippines.
That's the whole Asian look that I have.
And then, so would you ever do a show with some of like Jocelyn Enriquez and MG?
My husband used to book Jocelyn Enriquez. Yes.
She's planning to come out with a kind of Latin freestyle influence music.
She?
Yeah, she's
God,
might be coming back.
Awesome. You heard that, babe? She's planning on coming out with some new music.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, he used to book her all the time. So I guess he'll start booking her again. Hi, I'm Angel, the original cover girl, and you're watching Pacific Rim Video.